Hey, this is Jessica again. Sorry, I'm new to this whole posting videos thing, and I had thought that I was still recording when, in all actuality, um, my video stopped at 5 minutes and something seconds. So this is the second half of what I had to say. But anyway, as I was saying, most of my friends now don't even think that they're African. Like most of my really close friends that live in the same city that I do, don't think they're African. They think they're Hebrew, and they make a distinct difference between African and Hebrew. Um, how is it that we can convince all of the people around the world, all of the blacks around the world, even if we could say, all right, you are black, if 10 generations ago your parents were in Africa or something like that, how is it that we can convince people who have different religious beliefs, different cultural beliefs because of their integration with whatever country they're in? How is it that we can convince them that all black people are the same people? Um, because in order for us to make any types of changes, we have to come together and agree on how to make a difference, or even the method of doing it. Like it just seems like an ideal thing, but I don't know how it could happen. I don't know if we need another like Bob Marley, but like Michael Jackson version of Bob Marley. So he really get it done. But anyway, I love the idea of socialism. I was actually talking to a friend of mine earlier about socialism. I think it's a great idea. But I don't really know how it could work. Africans before slavery never thought themselves to be one people in Africa, because they were all different people, different ethnicities, and different languages, different beliefs. I don't think that Africans really identified with each other based on their skin color, because you know, based on their area, they usually were around the same skin complexion. But I mean, if you just look at Africa, of course, the different skin complexions stretch out from very light to very dark. But even so, I think that um, it wasn't so much the skin color that made the big difference, but what village you were from. So I mean, if before slavery Africans were looking at it as, this is my village, I'll take care of my village, any child of the village is mine, and any child of my enemy's village isn't mine, or any child of somebody else's village isn't really mine, regardless of their skin color. How can we change the mindset of the people in different countries now to think that we have to erase those borderlines and start thinking of each other as one people, regardless of where we come from? I just think it would be a really really new concept, but it I'm sure it could work, but I just don't know how we could do that. And my last point about it is, what happens in socialism to people who don't contribute? You talked about the farmer who might have a lot of food and sell the food for 5 cents to starving people, but what if those starving people never contributed anything to the whole of the village? Like, not to say even that it's just starving people. What if it's just one starving person or a few of them? What if they never contributed or did anything what to do with those people. I mean, do we let them starve, or we feed them, or punish them, or send them away? I mean, what happens to those people who refuse to contribute? How do we prevent the abuse of power, which happens so often with socialist communities? I mean, not to say that doesn't happen with democratic communities, or communities like ours, because I mean, look at our country and the abuse of power. But I mean, I've just seen or heard of it happening so often with socialist communities. The abuse of power is just horrendous. And how do we protect our freedom? Like, what if someone is born in a village, or a community that is socialist? I mean, would they be free to leave if they wanted to no longer be a part of it? Or would they be free to choose their profession, or the things that they want to do? Or if they wanted to work a little extra to have something extra, could they do that? Or what? I don't know how that whole thing works, and I would love for you to explain it to me. Like I said, all these questions are really just questions. Like, I'm really curious as to how all of this could work. I think it's a beautiful idea, and I would love for it to work, but how? Anyway, that's what I think, and thank you so much for posting these videos. I've been watching them since I subscribed to you, and keep up the good work. Thank you. All right, bye-bye.